A fired up J.D. Davis trying to get the Mets going. Certainly a team we know has the offense to get it going. And now we're happy to be joined by infielder J.D. Davis. And J.D., we have to start with the obvious. First and foremost, thanks for being with us. But this is a club that isn't hitting to their potential yet, and particularly in terms of with runners in scoring position. And I know you guys buy into what Chili Davis is telling you with that good situational hitting. What are you making of it?
Yeah, it's just a matter of time till we get that big hit. Absolutely, guys are, we're struggling a little bit to find that big hit, but we keep setting the table, getting runners on base, putting traffic on the bases. But it's just a matter of that one hit that we just aren't really getting. And guys, we're getting extra work in. We're coming up with great approaches. Chili Dog's helping us out. It's just a matter of the game is about inches. So, it seems like we line out at somebody or hit a hard ground ball at somebody or just miss a pitch. And just a matter of time. I think the only thing that we're taking away from this, that it is still April, or we just got done with April. And so it's a new month and we can turn the page and get things going.
JD, is the team pressed a little bit sometimes and DeGrom's on the mound? We all know that the DeGrom numbers are so good. Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of great wins for it, unfortunately. Yeah. And it's almost like, you guys know that, and so you press a little bit, try to get him a lot of runs, makes it worse. Is there something to that at all or no?
Yeah, I wouldn't say press is the word, but we know for a fact that you only need one win with Jacob when he's on like that, especially even last night, he only gave one run against the Red Sox, but the start before that, 16 Ks, it speaks for itself. So not really, I wouldn't say press is the word, but it is nice to have a pitcher or a Cy Young winner and knows how to swing the bat and everything. And so he sometimes gets us a few RBIs and gets out of holes. So that's great.
JD, if we're going to rag on the lack of offense, at least to this point in the season, we have to brag on how good your pitching has been. Of course, we know what Jacob deGrom can do, but you guys have had some really good starters as well as some key bullpen pieces, which to some was the question mark coming into the season for the Mets. What can you say about the staff of arms that you guys have had to keep you in it?
Yeah, no, they've done their part very well. They've carried the team. I think May has been a great acquisition, Loop as well. Even other guys as well that have come in and done their part, but we're just passing the baton in the back end of it. They're throwing strikes. And I think it has, a really credit McCann back there doing his own homework and doing, a great job calling the game. And so I think part of that goes into it, but I think the pitchers have done a fantastic job, kept us in games, kept us in ball games in which just to strike within 2 or 3 runs, if anything. But otherwise, they've been doing a great job. And I know Noah and Cookie is coming on their way back right now.
Boy, JD, you've come into your own as an offensive player. It's really too bad you got hit there because you lost a little momentum. But, boy, you're hitting the ball well, very dangerous at bat, use the field, power. You got to, and it's a tough ballpark to hit in sometimes, Citi Field. The ball, it's a long way out there. Ball doesn't always travel there in Flushing. But you have become a very, very good offensive ball player here on this Mets team. Give me some thoughts there. Go ahead.
Yeah, I take pride. I know I got power to all fields, but I have I take pride in trying to get hits, get on base. I think that's the name of the game. We could all swing for the fences all the time, but at the same, try to get a pitch that we can barrel or I can barrel. I think I try to keep it simple. And that kind of plays into my swing in the power surge, where if I keep the same swing, a short swing, then I get able to catch balls out in front or hanging pitches or mistakes by these pitchers. So I just try to keep it simple, try to drive it up the middle. And wherever the timing goes, it takes me where the pitch goes.
JD, you certainly, to Chris's point, have been one of the bright spots offensively for the Mets. And this team is too talented offensively to not get things going. You have McCann, who's not hitting. McNeil's not hitting yet. You have Dominic Smith, who isn't hitting yet. And by the way, a guy by the name of Francisco Lindor, who we know is a pretty good little player. He hasn't hit yet. And a rite of passage is already getting booed by the Met faithful. What has it been like being around him in that clubhouse? And what can you say about his lack of offense so far?
Yeah, no, he's a born leader. I remember him always talking about stories about when he was in Cleveland, how he took over the team, or he was a captain, I think, when he was 22 years old. So from a leader standpoint, or from a presence in the clubhouse, he's over the top. He's bar none the best I've ever seen and been a part of. He's a great teammate. He always is ready to learn or to give you advice on stuff that you could have done or what he would have done in the past and stuff like that. For the hitting part, I think it's just a matter of time. I think coming from a different division and a different league, I think it's a matter of time before he starts figuring out these pitchers and how they pitch and stuff like that. And it's only been really the first month. I think we saw the capabilities of it in spring training. I think seeing pitchers over and over again, I think we were in Port St. Lucie, and at the time during COVID, we couldn't go anywhere. So I think facing the Cardinals, Marlins, and all those guys, 3, 4, 5 times, you start seeing him make adjustments towards the end of spring training, and that's when he really started going off. So I think it's just a matter of time before he figures out these pitchers, this division, this league, and I think we're going to see the real Francisco Lindor we've always known.
We know the Met fan. I know you're a California kid. You know the passion of the East Coast, but even they get a little carried away. I don't know why we got to boo so much. And there's only 7,000 there, and they're frustrated. I get it. It was a bad series here against the Red Sox. I understand that too. But boy, it is a little early to be sitting there booing. You're 9-10. This is not the middle of August. A little surprised. They've been a little fickle. Give me some thoughts on that. Go ahead.
I think our fans are as passionate. I know they expect a lot out of him, signing especially a big contract or big extension with us. And they're itching to win. And they know that we have a great ball club. We have a great group of guys in that clubhouse and in that dugout. So I think they're just itching for us to win and itching for us to kind of turn it around like we did in 2019. Where we just missed the playoffs, but in a sense where this team is capable of getting into the playoffs and making a World Series push. I think we have the full capability of that. And I think that the fans know that, and they're just, wanting the best for us. And I think it comes in both ways where they boo and they cheer at the same time. So I know boos can be heard louder than cheers, but at the same time, they got our back every single night.
And JD, if they're not booing or cheering, it means that you guys don't matter anymore. Don Mattingly knows a little bit about playing baseball in New York, and obviously as the skipper of the Miami Marlins, he said this division, the NL East, was very much a black and blue division. You guys beating each other up, and coming into the year, it looked like it was going to be, the Atlanta Braves and the New York Mets right there. What is your take on how this division, albeit early, is shaking out right now?
Yeah, any team in this division can't be taken lightly. I know the Marlins 2-3 years ago, they weren't the greatest, or their record did show how great they were, but they had young guys coming up, and now they got some of the pitching coming up. And they look like a team that's going to be really good for many years. You got the Nationals. You can't sleep on them with Max over there. And then you got Philly with Nola and all those guys raking over there in Philly. And then obviously, you got Atlanta. Atlanta's a ticking time bomb with their offense. I know their record doesn't show who they are, but at the same time, they can beat anybody. I think that their starting pitching has to, I really haven't tuned into them, but I know Atlanta is going to be a ticking time bomb, and they're going to be a team to watch out for even down the road.
JD, did you eat a grilled cheese sandwich before every game at Cal State Fullerton too, or is that more than is that just like a big league thing for the show? When did you start doing that?
How did you guys find that out? So in 2019,
we have an unbelievable research department.
In 2019, I have no idea, but for some odd reason, our chef wanted to make something quick right before the game, and so I told her, "Hey, just make me a grilled cheese." And so I ended up going off that game. I don't know what I did. I think I went like 3 for 3 or 3 for 4 and had a big hit, had a couple RBIs. And I come in there, I'm like, well, we got to make that grilled cheese before every single game. And so it started out, if I would go over, then it'd be a regular grilled cheese. And then next time she would put bacon in it, or ham, or even avocado, or just whatever. She would switch it up, and depending on how I hit the night before. So it's a great little tradition that we had. Hopefully we can kind of get that thing going here in 2020 or 2021.
All right, hard-hitting information here. J.D. Davis is not dairy-free, nor is he vegan. Best of luck the rest of the way, J.D. We appreciate you taking the time to be with us today on High Heat. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you guys for having me.